This is problem number 9 in section 11.2, National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. Weight a sample of 546 boys aged from 6 to 11 and found that 87 of them were overweight. They weighed a sample of 508 girls aged from 6 to 11 again and found that 74 of them were overweight. Can you conclude that the proportion of boys who are overweight differs from the proportion of girls who are overweight? So we have two groups in this case, and we have, and for the sample size, X is a part of it. So we have the overweight is 87 boy. For the girl, total is 508, and the part of that is 74 is overweight. So right away, we can find P hat 1, and P hat 2. They are the proportion of the sample proportion. Now in the question, how do I know this problem is 11.2? You read the question. Can you conclude that? So we know this is hypothesis testing. The proportion, see the word proportion. So with the word proportion, and we have two groups. So let's go back to your formula right here. So we have the word difference, mean two groups, and this is proportion. So we're gonna use this formula, and 11.2 is right here. So in this formula, we have the P hat, and the formula is x1 plus x2 over n1 plus n2. So I have P hat in here, and I calculate the P hat. I just plug in the number, and I got this. Okay, so what is the question? So they're asking us that is that the proportion of boys, overweight boys and overweight girls difference. So we have P1 and P2. They are the population proportion. So we're gonna use the population notation in the question. They always ask us for the population, but they give us the sample to check. Now this will go to the new, and opposite to equal sign is not equal. In this case, they don't mention about greater than, less than, so we use not equal, and that is the two-tailed test. Step number 2 is alpha 0.05. We will just go ahead and plug in the number that we have before. So we have 87 divided by 546 minus 74. 74 divided by 508, and then divided by P hat is 161, 1054, 1 minus 161, 1054, parenthesis 1 over n1 is 546 plus 1 over 508. You will get the answer is about 0.62. I round 2 decimal places. Then for the p-value, because we are using the two-tailed test, we put in the test statistic 0.62. Then we will find the p-value is here. So we need to find p. We will use the GeoGebra, and I will show you later, but the answer will be 2676. Now we need to multiply p by 2 because we have the other side also. So 0.2676 multiplied by 2. So we got 0.5352. For the critical method, we have to tell, and we need to divide alpha by 2 because we have two sides. This is what we need to input first. And we got 0.025 for each side. then we will have two critical values, one on the right and one on the left. Now let's find the critical value first. So you can either use the right side or left side. In this case, I use the right side and I input 0.025. I got 1.96 and negative 1.96. We are using Z because in step number 3 we have Z, then we're using Z. Okay. For the P, we have the answer is 0.2676. Now let's show you how to get that. So for the test statistic we put inside is 0.62, and that's why we got 0.2676. Notice that if you take more places for this test statistic, your answer will be more close to the exact answer in the GeoGebra. Anyway, we have the P. We have the P is 0.5352 and the alpha is 0.05, so the P is bigger. We do not reject the new, right? So now let's go to the critical method. If we have 0.62 is land on the blank and the name of the blank is do not reject, so we have the same decision. Now to answer step number 6, before we answer step number 6, we go back to the step 1 and write down what it means. This is mean the proportion are the same. That means the boy and the girl, they overweight the same. It doesn't matter the gender. And this means they are different. Difference mean maybe boy more or maybe girl more. Okay. So we say step 5 that say that do not reject. Do not reject is the same thing as you keep the do. Okay. So if we keep the do, so we keep this. That means that the proportion of the boy and the girl overweight are the same. So it doesn't matter the gender. So if the question asking us, can you conclude that the proportion of boys and girls who are overweight differs from the proportion of the girls? So this is not right. So we just show that they are the same. So we said that we cannot conclude that, and then copy down the whole sentence. Now we can use the GeoGebra to check our work. We will use the z-test, difference of proportion. Alternative hypothesis is difference. Success is the boy overweight is 87 out of 546. For girl, success is 74 out of 508. So what do you see in the answer is the Z, that is the second line from the bottom. That is the test statistic. If you round 2 decimal places, that will be 0.62. The p-value is 0.53 and is like 54, and it's very close to our answer. Like I said, if you keep the Z more decimal, your p-value will be very close to the GeoGebra.